Hi guys, we're going to do a comparison between inks. And so what I'm doing here is we're getting some stamps out and we're going to do a little mermaid. Her name is Trishelle and I'm showing you here. And I did flip the video. Sorry you guys, because I put it upside down for you guys to see. So you'll see her there. But as the video goes on, it'll get a little bit better, so sorry about that. So I'm just using the two mermaids and the paper nest dolls one that my sweet friend Betsy gave me. So I just kind of wanted to compare the Simon Says stamp Intense Black ink for you and the My Favorite Things hybrid, I think it's called Licorice Black ink. So there that is right there, and I'm showing you guys. And you know, the comparison between both, if one's darker, if one performs better with the Copic markers that I'm going to do. I just kind of wanted to do that comparison for you guys. So I'm not sure where I cut off here, but we're going to go ahead. I already stamped her. Sorry about the head getting in the way, guys. So just give me a minute. We're going to stamp the other ones. So this one is going to be in, and there I'm showing you the paper nest dolls, the sweet one that Betsy gave me. And she knows that I love mermaids and unicorns and fairies. So I'm just using my Misty. I'm going to put my magnets down. And now we're going to use the My Favorite Things ink. The first one was done in the Simon Says stamp, Intense Black ink. So using that Misty, these are new stamps, so you are sure to get a good impression. So I'm just kind of stamping her down, and I got a pretty good impression the first one, but I'm going to go in for a second layer right here. Just to make sure it's real crisp, and I got every little line in there in the detail. And there we go. She looks beautiful. Cleaning my stamp off really well. I'm a stickler about that, so I like to keep my stamps really super clean. And there I just use a little baby shampoo in a spare with water, and you just need a little bit. And that helps with the baby wipe. And it really cleans the clear stamps really well. I'm just taking that one off. So I like to lay down my stamps and put them on the sheets so they don't get kind of crinkly and wrinkly. So I'm just showing you there how I do. I just lay it down. So there's the two mermaids stamped out. Trishelle and Macy. And those are greeting farm stamps. Now I'm just taking the insides of the stamp platform out so I can use the red rubber stamp. Putting my magnets on. And now I'm showing you the book markers and the Copic markers because I'm actually going to mix the two. But later on you'll see me do a full review on each of the markers and some other markers just so you can see how they perform and which ones are a better price point and options of where you can buy and so on and so forth. So now I'm stamping the one that my sweet friend Betsy at Unique Paper 15. You can find her on YouTube and Instagram on Unique Paper 15. And she's super sweet. Go on and check out her channel. She does a lot of videos and she is the best shopper ever, guys. Like if you want to learn how to shop and get good deals, check her channel out. And she's super sweet. Become friends with her. I did, and I just love her to pieces. She's such a sweetheart. And I got this little girl in some Happy Mail. And isn't she cute with that little unicorn? Super duper cute. I love her. So I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup. Okay guys, I'm just cleaning up a little bit more of the stamps, and we're going to get those all cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and start the tutorial. Sorry, I'm a clean freak and I should do it off camera, but I want to get them right away so it doesn't like stay on the stamps. That way if I ever want to gift these to somebody after I've had my full use, or do a destash or something, and I like to lay them flat down like I said, and I had lost that little backer sheet, so that way they don't get wonky. So I'm just putting those in. Sorry about that, it took me a second to get that lined up, and I'm going to go ahead and put it back in its package so I don't lose packaging. And there we go for the little one. Remove that from my Misty, replace the parts in it. Just kind of tuck them under there and move that out of my way. So we're going to start with the little shell. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera zoomed in enough and the right angle for you guys so you could actually kind of see better. So my go-to skin colors I usually use are E00, E21, and E11, and I'm trying to show those on screen. So I always do the skin first. It's just something weird about me, and I realized I had the wrong marker there. So when I do the skin, I do an all over wash of the lightest tone, and I do different tones, but those are my main go-to colors. And just a disclaimer, I am not a certified Copic artist, but I have been using Copic markers since about, I think it's 08 or 09. Don't quote me on that, but a very long time. And as I said, I think we're going to mix like one of the Blick markers in here, but I will be doing that full tutorial soon. So then I go in and I do my darker tone, which is my E11. And I go ahead and just really get the shadowing in. And you'll see I'll go over it, you know, again. Like I will try to deepen it. So I probably go through, and I kind of do it weird. I don't go, you know, from light to dark. I go lightest, darkest, and then work my way backwards. And then I kind of leave that space open for the lightest one and then go back to it. I like doing the cheeks first before I go in with my 00 and blend that out because I need to blend the cheeks out. So you'll see that here in just a second. And you see I just go right up to that line with that E21 and just pull it out a hair. And now I'm going to put my cheeks in. And that's an R43 and an R32 that I used to kind of blend it out. So now I'm going to jump to that R32. And that just gives it a nice transition. And I go in with my E11 and darken up the parts that I want darker. Sorry, I'm a little bit off screen and I don't realize it, but I'll be realizing it. There we go. And I'm a turner. I turn my pages round and round and round to fit my hand. And I suggest you do it what's most comfortable for you, because that's the best outcome you're going to have. And there I'm just blending everything in, darkening up those shadows. And now I will go in and fully just blend everything out with my lightest marker, which is my E00. And sometimes I'll go back into the cheeks where I've lost a little bit and just put a little bit of that marker on. Just the tiniest bit. And I forgot a little mouth. And for that I used R20, and there I go, just darkening the cheeks just a little bit. And I'm picking out my colors. So I'm kind of going to do her hair in different tones. So you'll see in just a moment. Okay guys, we're just gonna pick some other colors, and we're getting ready to do her hair, and it's kind of some different coloring. It's gonna be 3 different shades, about 3 markers each. So I'm picking out some purple pink colors, and then we'll fade down to a more lighter pink color combo, and then we're gonna go ahead and do some teals. So I do go out a little frame every once in a while, so I want to apologize for that. You guys seen that earlier, but the colors I'm gonna try to put down. So now I'm just gonna do an all over wash here, and I do that for the skin as well as the hair and everything, just to get the paper wet and accept some other ink so it blends a little bit better. So I'm putting down my lightest pink here. And then we're going to do kind of more of a purplish color, but I want the highlights to be brighter on the top of her head. So that's why I'm using this really bright pink, and this is an RVO2. So I'm just seeing some spots that I want to come down to and how far that I want to come down. And hit that top back up there. Make sure I got all the little spots covered. And it's just a light flicking motion. It's not where we want to come in with the flicks. We're doing an all over color, but I don't want to saturate the cardstock with too much color. So I just do a very light hand. So now we're going for our darkest color. And now we'll do the flicking. I kind of work, like I said before, from the lightest, and then I jump to my darkest, and then come back. So kind of trying to decide. I'm going to do the RV66 and then the now I'm going to go do a VO6 and a VO5. And then I'm going to bring the RV66 in just a bit later for some more shadowing. And on the side of the chart, you can see some of the blick markers that I have bought. I just wanted to swatch those out. So I'm a total turner, a page turner. And sorry, I opened the wrong end. I constantly turn it for my own hand. So I kind of get ready, kind of look at the image, and wherever the hair would be folded over and the part would be the darkest part right there. And I'm just doing small flicking motions. Can I talk today? Sorry, guys. I'm just hitting that part. I'm going to bring it down. And where the artist has drawn their lines, you want to kind of make those darker to fade back in a little bit. And that's where they kind of indicate where you could shade and shadow. It's kind of just the sections of hair, as you would call it. And I don't flick all the way up. I leave room for all the different tones in there. Sometimes I do get a little heavy-handed where I want it the most. And some of my markers, like I said, I've had them for so long that I do need to change some tips to get that crisp, can I even talk today? Crisp tip again, where it's like not too flexible. Sorry, I go a little bit out of view here. And it's so hard when you're trying to zoom in. You guys know if you try to zoom in real tight so you can actually see what I'm doing, and I'm trying to keep my hand out of your guys' way, but it's so hard because you're not actually looking at the camera, and the camera is actually above me, so I have to keep on looking up to see if I'm in view. So when I'm coloring, sometimes I won't notice it, and then I look up and go, oh gosh, sorry guys. So I kind of have the camera right overhead. So I used to have it on the left side because I am predominantly right-handed. So now I've zoomed in too much. So I'm going to realize this in just a moment. So I'm just bringing in that other shade. That's my middle tone shade. And you can see that I'm bringing the flicks out further. Just a very light hand. Just flicking those colors out, going right up to that section where I left off before, not into it, but sometimes I will go over it if I want to darken it just a little bit. There, now I'm in camera. Sorry, guys. So back to flicking. And you see there it would be shaded. And you can say, I'm sorry if I make you guys dizzy, but I do it for the comfortability because you're going to get the best result, like I said before. You know, you just really got to turn it and flick the way that is more natural for your hand. Some people flick away and they're better at it. Some people flick towards themselves. I personally flick towards myself. I have a little bit more control that way. And I do not have a real harsh grip on my pen when I do it. I have a slightly medium grip, so that way I don't apply too much ink and my flicks are softer. So there, we're going to need some. And you kind of want to make your image three-dimensional. So by way of doing that is shading on each side and where the folds would be, and coming around where it flips under a curl because she has kind of wavy hair. So you'll see where, like right in that dip would be a dip in, and then the bump out you would want to leave a little bit lighter. So I'm just kind of going over that part a little bit and bringing that out, like into the back of her head. And I realize I want a little bit more there coming down. There we go. And you can see right there I went over it, just because I wanted to darken that tone a little bit. And this is a pen that I've used moderately quite a bit. So, you know, the tip is not as crisp as it should be. So I need to get better about changing my tips. And I'm super excited. I just found out about the smaller ends. of the where the chisel tip is, so you can buy those smaller ends. But because I've been using the brush tips for so long, that it's still a little bit harder for me. And I haven't switched out all my pins because I have a lot of them. I was actually lucky to get in before they really got super popular and raised the prices astronomically. But there's sales you can get out there. What I do love about the Copics is they are refillable. You keep the pins for life. And I was able to get mine on some bidding on eBay. And I got, I think, 272 sets. And then I think it's a 38 or 48 set. I can't remember. It's been so long. And then through time, I've just added a few here and there. So I'm just deciding colors. And I had some other colors picked out, but I'm going to bring in that RV19. Just go right up to the girl and get underneath that hair there. And I just love these cute little mermaids. They're just adorable. So you can see where I'm going under that bump out right there, because that would be the darkest. And you see how it kind of rounds it out by shading on both sides like that. Just much like if you would shade a face. And if you're not new to Copics or actual, coloring and art, stuff like that, none of this would make difference for you. But for people who are new and kind of don't know how to shade, I might be repetitive, but it's super important to know kind of how you're doing and why you're doing it. And I do have a couple children that watch my channel, so they're trying to learn, and I do talk to them over Instagram and kind of, have them watch my videos, and then they'll ask questions and stuff. So, if you are an artist, you can turn the sound down and just watch. And maybe you guys could let me know if you want me to speed through these. Like, I'm going to do the first few just, in regular motion, so you guys can kind of get, the time it takes and, the actual flicking motion. Because when you go super fast, you're not going to get that. And because I do have the children watching my channel, I kind of want them to actually see real time and actually see the hand movements and such like that. So I'm coming in with that RV02 again and just reaffirming my lights there. I'm bringing it down a little bit. Kind of getting that bump out there. I'm going to go back to my darkest. And of course under there would be darkest because it's all on shadow. And right under her hand. And here I'm just doing light, tiny little flicks. And then bring that down right next to her. I just kind of fix some areas that I really didn't like right there. And yet again, I'm going to make you dizzy and turn it, sorry. But you can see how your hand would be however, if you're left-handed or right-handed, it's best to make it as comfortable for your hand. That way you'll get the right amount of stroke that you like. the thickness, the thins. I try to do varying strokes when I do hair, just because naturally you're going to have that in your natural hair. So I'm going to come in with a BG23 and some other BGs, and we're going to make a kind of purplish tone in that as well when I bring it down. Use a BG23, a BG49, and I'll have to link them below because I'll forget. Hopefully I don't forget to link them below. So I'm just doing my all over wash hair, and now I'm coming in with my darkest tone. Yes, I use a BO5, I'm sorry. So that would be my BG49 that I'm using, which is one of my go-to favorite colors. I think I'm close to being out of this refill. So there again, underneath, I'm going to do those small flicks where it folds under, right there. And that would definitely be a dip right here. And I'm going the other direction. I'm trying to not make you guys dizzy. But if you see how that line is a little bit fatter when I went the other direction, that's why I like to turn my paper. I just don't feel I have the control the other way. And I'm going to make it look as good as possible for you guys. So please let me know if you guys like the slower Copic coloring, or if you'd just rather see me get to the card making. And for this one, I think I'm going to make a separate video. I'll do it on separate and make a background for her. I'm going to use my new Distress Oxides. I think I'm going to use some stencils and stuff like that. Kind of make a cool background for her. So I'm just darkening up some of those flicks. And here I'm just going a little bit into that pink area and bringing it out. It's kind of making a purpley color and making it kind of blend a little more seamlessly. When you jump such a high contrast, you want to make it blend in quite a bit more than you would need to on other color combos. But I really wanted you guys to see this kind of cool. I like doing kind of cool hair. You know, just giving it some spunk. And a mermaid should be majestical. Like, you know, that's what they are. Kind of whimsical. So that's why I'm using those color combos. So I'm going to just bring in that pink and kind of just go into it to blend it out a little bit more and bring that more purpley tone in there. Fix some touch-ups that I felt that needed to be a tad bit brighter. I'm going up to that other section and bringing just a little bit of that in and then blending that. So now I'm going to use a blick marker here, and I think I only use one. No, there's actually two blick markers. You can see on the side the two blue ones, and I use two blue ones and they have like Horizon. They have like names like Horizon Blue and um, True Blue, but they also have numbers as well. But their numbering system, since I have bought the whole set now, kind of doesn't make sense to me. But I'm sure somebody had some, because it jumps from blues to greens, like a 049 and a 050 are, like they're all over the place. So I don't know where their numbering system came up with. So I did do a chart other than for my grays. So when I do the tutorial, I'll kind of show you their numbering system, and maybe I can look up on their website and figure out why they did what they did. I have no idea. And, I've kind of heard that from other people too, like what was the thought process behind that? Because the COPIC number system is so different because it kind of correlates to what your value is. So like the light ones are 01, 02, and then so on and so forth in that color family. Sorry, I can't talk today. So I love this tail. It's so cute. It's so whimsical. She's just adorable. And I love drawing mermaids. I love coloring them. I love unicorns, anything kind of majestical, and I'm into that whimsical kind of theme stuff. I'm an adult and I still love Hello Kitty and Pooh Bear and stuff like that, so I don't think I'm ever going to grow up, which is probably a good thing. So I'm just putting my Oliver wash here with that Horizon Blue. And now I'm going to go in with my darkest blue. And I'm infamous for taking off the wrong cap. So I'm just going to get my hand comfortable and bring in some of that dark blue. I got to turn it. Sorry, guys. So right under that tail would be shadowed. And these blues, the combo I picked out worked really, really, really. I mean, with the blick, I'm just testing, if it works really good with each other and stuff like that. And they really do. I see no problem with them working together. They worked seamlessly. I tested them out on some other images before I did this one, and they worked really good together. I didn't try the blue combos, so I thought I'd test them out. You guys are my guinea pigs. Or I'm a guinea pig or whatever. I'm your guinea pig. There you go. And they just blend super nice together. I do like the tips on them. They do have a tad bit of a firmer tip, but they come to a nice point. And as far as I can tell, I haven't tried all the brands of markers, but as far as my opinion so far, the ones that I've tried, some of them aren't as pigmented and as nice to work with as are the Blacks are. I think that they've jumped in price a lot since they're gaining popularity. But, like all of our art supplies, which for us artists, I don't get. If you're doing more volume, kind of give us a break a little bit. But I guess you're a business and you have to make money. But since they've gained popularity, they've went up. I actually got in on a sale, and I think it used to be it was like 150 something for the entire collection, which is 96 markers. And I did hear somewhere, and don't quote me, I hear that they're thinking about making refills for them, but I don't know how that's going to work out. And the guy said he wasn't real positive, but he had heard some buzz that they are thinking about. I haven't heard anything about tips, but I did hear something about a fills for them. And they've been out a while. So like now the set is, so get them on a sale, guys. If you want these markers, I would get them on a sale. They do have a lot of like toner grays, like every kind of toner gray, and then they have like in their color families, they don't have a lot, and I'll explain that more when I go in the cover review. This is really just showing you how to color this little cutie. So I just want to darken up that underneath area, and I'm just trying to blend it a little bit more seamlessly. And I'm using a light hand when I go over and over it because I don't want to saturate the cardstock to where you get that sheen on it. We've all had it. If you've worked with Copics or Blick markers, there's comes a times where you saturate the cardstock so much where it just won't accept anymore. And I am using the Copic Express It blending card right here. So it's meant for Copics or Blicks or alcohol markers in general. I'm going to start in this bottom section. And I'm going to leave a small little gap right there. Just because the tail, where it turned, it's so dark. So leaving that section kind of delineates. There's a little separation there. Because I'm using such dark colors. So you can tell when I'm flicking, I'm using a really super light hand. So I'm just trying to just barely touch the paper. So I don't want to saturate it right away. So I did the all over color, so then that wets it a little bit and it blends a lot better. I used to just, kind of run through them. I started doing like the lightest to darkest, and then I kind of moved on, and I just figured it out one day that if I did it that, just did the all over, it worked a lot better for me. That's not to say that it worked for all of you, but it just worked better for me. Excuse me. I'm just going to go back there and put a little bit more dark in. But you can see how the tails, the top of the tails already evened out, like the colors. And all alcohol markers kind of spread out. They kind of spread a little bit. So that's why you want to kind of have a light hand, because if you use too much, especially with reds, I would be careful as a new alcohol marker user. Reds tend to bleed out a lot more than other colors, and really super dark colors will do that, but reds are notorious for doing it, so watch when you be really light-handed when you're using reds, especially near a line. So guys, if you could in the comments, just let me know. Like, there is a speed button for you guys, but if there's, like if you guys just want me to do speed throughs, I'll do part of those. And I might do a couple slower ones. But as you notice, like, I take my time. I want to do it right. I blend them. So I kind of want to know if you want to see the longer view of it, or if most of you, like, kind of a poll type thing. So Let me know if you like it. If you would like to, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that little bell so you don't miss any of my future tutorials. And there's going to be some more stuff coming up on my channel soon. So look for some surprises along the way. So I really like this light color they have. And do you see that purple color off to the side right here? The one that is the Blick. Yeah, I like that color too. And like some of the colors are real different from the COPIC, so I like that too, that they kind of add to my collection. That didn't just get all light colors, like they didn't copy all the colors. Some come close, but they do have some different colors. I'm just shocked that they don't, I mean, they might be expanding their line to more colors now that they have gained popularity, but we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, guys, please let me know in the comments if you, now I'm going to do a little bra, but let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do all speed throughs or, or if you want me to do these slower versions. And, I don't have to do commentary on all of them, like, but I'm trying to teach, like, somebody that does not know how to use alcohol markers at all, kind of how you want to blend, how you want to keep a light hand, so some of the commentary that I'm doing is helpful for very, very new people to this, so if you don't like it, just turn it down. I'm not going to be offended. So I think she's coming out super cute, guys. So I'm just going to come back and put a little more blending in that hair, a little bit more since it's had time to, because sometimes I'll go back when it dries a little bit and kind of fix the areas that I don't like. Or, sometimes when you go over the lighter marker, you lose a little bit of that you wanted there, so you got to kind of darken up some of your strokes. And that's what I'm doing here. And I want to get that other area blended in a little bit better. So I'm trying to, just darken up some of the areas I want and blend into that other color. Because I just didn't think it had enough blending. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of snuffly. Still got allergies. So I'm giving you a close-up here, just kind of so you could see how her skin kind of evened out, over time they even out. And I just think she came out really super cute. She's just adorable. And I love how the tail came out. I super love that. Those blues just blended so nice. They had a really bright to seamlessly pretty dark to a really light shadow, and I like that. And I'm going to do the shell probably with my Fine Tech watercolors, so and then the little pearls in her hair. So I think that's what I'm going to use on those, so because the shells have those iridescence to it. So I'm just going to put away some markers here. And I really like how she came out. I like her hair, even though it was harder to do. And that's the other little girl that I'm going to be working on. And you'll still probably see that in the next video. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it right away, but yeah. So the first one was named Trishelle. And like you could see, like both the inks, I think they're both wonderful. I really don't see a problem with either one of them. I think they both perform well. I've used both of them, but I kind of wanted to, do a side-by-side stamping for you to see if you saw, a different difference in either. And I really think they're both just, I mean, whichever one you have, it's up to your preference. I will tell you a little story. I did get a Simon Says stamp one, and it was like really completely dry when I got it, and their customer service was amazing. They didn't question. I said, I'll send you the old one back. They said, just do what you want with it, and they sent me out a new one right away. So those are the colors of oxides. I got the first generation, and I'm going to do a background with those, but not in this video because I feel like it's just a little bit too long right now. So I'll come back and do that in a little bit. But I want to thank you so much for watching my video. Please give a like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell for so you get notifications. Hugs and loves to all you guys, and I really, truly appreciate you all. And just thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.